Time now for our Sunrise Smart Start. President Biden expressing support late Monday for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, now entering a second week of conflict there. It is the first time the White House has made any mention of a ceasefire to contain that situation, though the White House saying it is clear the language does not officially demand a ceasefire there. Sunday marking the deadliest day so far in the conflict. Congress continuing to put pressure on the president to act as well. Joined live this morning by Washington correspondent Anna Wernicke. Anna, good morning. So what can we expect the White House to do if more violence continues? What can be done if more violence continues as expected?
Good morning. Well, I first want to read a readout from the White House between a phone call yesterday with President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It says Biden, quote, expressed his support for a ceasefire and discussed U.S. engagement with Egypt and other partners toward that end. And this is very significant because this is the first time that the White House has made any mention of a ceasefire to contain the situation. But they said that this wording is very careful of this language because the president is not officially demanding a ceasefire, that he's only supporting it. So now U.S. officials say that the next 72 hours are going to be very critical to determine if the U.S. will be involved any further and what's going to happen next.
Well, as you know, there's sort of an X factor here as well. The Biden administration approving some $730 million worth of precision-guided weapons to be sold to Israel. How are folks on the Hill reacting to this?
Well, the Biden administration sent this official notice of this sale to Congress on May 5th. That was nearly a week before this conflict really began. And the Congress now has 15 days to review it before that sale is finalized. But because that happened on May 5th, we really are nearing the end of that window. So it's very unlikely that it will be stopped by Congress. But lawmakers are definitely reacting now to that sale.
We'll watch that closely and, of course, the conflict as well. Anna, thanks for a few minutes this morning, as always. Appreciated. In regard to that media building destroyed, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says he has not seen evidence from Israel backing up its claim Hamas was also based inside that building. Happening today here back home, the Rochester Red Wings have their home opener at Frontier Field. Of course, this is much more than just another baseball game. It's the team's first game there in nearly 2 years. There will be fans in the stand, both vaccinated and unvaccinated, and other changes. Ericketta Cost live at Frontier Field with everything you need to know. Ericketta, good morning.
Good morning, Mark, and no big deal, but I'm waiting for my 3,000 friends to join me. As you can see, a lot of empty seats here. But I'm told from the general manager, Dan Mason, they have about 3,000 tickets sold, and that means 3,000 more are available, about that number. Some quick notes for you this morning. Stands will separate those vaccinated from unvaccinated for COVID-19 per state guidance. 50% of the stadium reserved for both of these populations. You must show proof of vaccination and photo ID at the door. That's your vaccination card or Excelsior pass. Per state and CDC guidance, masks are not required for fully vaccinated people, but the Red Wings are encouraging it for whenever you are not seated. That means going to the concession stands, which will be up and running as well. There's also a pop-up clinic at the gate, partnership with the county. You can get Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson, but remember, it takes 2 weeks for that full immunity to kick in, so it doesn't mean you can just hop over to the vaccinated section. So keep that in mind. And of course, we have so much information, COVID and non-COVID, when it comes to this home opener on our website, rochesterfirst.com. I'll send it back to you in the studio, Mark.
Ericketta, thank you. Certainly a big day at Frontier Field, and we hope a big night for the Red Wings as well. They take on Scranton Wilkes-Barre. 7:05 first pitch. The gates are opening up at 5:30 at the ballpark. James, of course, the forecast is lining up perfectly for a baseball game tonight in Rochester.
It really is, and I have to say I've been to my fair share of Red Wings games with temperatures in the 40s, where everybody is shivering in the stands. That is not the case for the day today. Beautiful skies over Lake Ontario right there. Where are we at temperature-wise? 50 degrees. Webster 53, Victor 51, Greece, Brockport, Henrietta sitting right at that 50-degree mark. Where do we end up this afternoon? 79 for downtown Rochester. Medina, you're at 78. Let's go down to the Finger Lakes, see what's going on down there. 78 Penn Yan, Naples 76, Canandaigua, you're at 79 degrees. Should be just a perfect afternoon for that. Batavia 77 for the day. Get out there and enjoy it, but if you don't, if you have to just do yard work all day, here's the good news. We've got great weather all week long, Mark.
All right, James, thank you. Let's get a look at the roads now. One accident at this hour. We mentioned it, South Clinton Avenue between Brighton, Henrietta, Town Line Road, and 590 in Rochester. 390, 490, and 590 for the most part flowing well as you head out the door. Learning more about the investigation into multiple fires Sunday night in Rochester, police say nearly 100 protesters were marching on Child Street, some setting fires to objects along the way, including barrels and trash. The group later ended up on J Street, as we reported, where some businesses saw significant damage.
This is the most dangerous corner in the city of Rochester, is right here. I've called the mayor's department twice, told them how dangerous it is over here, and it is dangerous here. People gather around a corner over here, maybe 10, 15, 20 people, park their cars all over the place. You hear gunshots ringing out in between the buildings. Nothing's ever done. Nothing. Zero.
City officials did release police-worn body camera footage over the weekend of that deadly police-involved shooting on Glasser Street. Police tell us 28-year-old Mark Gaskill was, quote, brandishing a gun at the time of the shooting. 9 rounds were fired in all. Rochester Mayor Lovely Warren says witnesses will be instrumental as part of that investigation.
The body-worn camera video doesn't give you a clear picture of everything that happened there. It gives you an audible sense of what was going on, but not the visual sense. And so the witnesses are going to be very important in this.
Well, the fatal shooting also under investigation by the New York State Attorney General's office. Let's get a look at the GRE Morning Business Report on this Tuesday. A vote on Amazon's proposed blanket waiver for the construction of a new facility in Gates is set for today. It would waive part of the local labor requirement for building that multi-million-dollar facility. Now, last week, representatives from labor unions locally protested that waiver, saying a large corporation like Amazon should not be allowed to use non-local workers. The vote by Monroe County's industrial agency is set for 9 o'clock this morning. A major media merger is unveiled, AT&T and Discovery saying they have struck a deal to create a new company combining Discovery with Warner Media. Under the terms, AT&T would get $43 billion in a combination of cash and debt, and shareholders would have a 71% stake in that new company. If you paid taxes on your unemployment benefits in 2020, you could have a refund coming beginning this week. That's because under the American Rescue Plan, unemployment benefits up to a certain amount did not count as income during the pandemic. More than 10 million people are expected to see some money back in the mail. All right, here's what folks are talking about at the water cooler, at least around these parts this morning. A live look over Frontier Field is the Red Wings. Get ready, or I shouldn't say live look. This, of course, is on tape. The Red Wings getting ready to take on Scranton tonight in the home opener. They have not played a game on that diamond since September 2nd, 2019. First ever game for the Wings as part of, at least home game, as part of the Nationals affiliation. First pitch, 7:05 tonight, and as we mentioned just a few minutes ago, should be a really good night for a ball game.
Yeah, definitely. It was always so much fun to get out of school and then head over to the ballpark. I think hopefully a lot of kids can do that, as it should be a perfect day for that. Short sleeves and shorts for the bus stop forecast. As you see, we're starting off in the 50s and finishing off in the 70s. We will let you go with the News 8 8-day forecast. That looks pretty good. We see 80s likely through the weekend. So much going on. Third weekend of the Lilac Festival. We've got Sea Breeze opening up this weekend. How exciting is that? 2021.
Yeah, changes, positive changes. In the meantime, that's it for us for now here on Sunrise. Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS This Morning is up next. Enjoy this day.